Hello guys and welcome back to Lamington Zoo. As you can see, I already did a little bit of work off cam because you might have noticed in the last episode I wasn't quite happy with the entrance area and the plaza. So I thought that this is some change that we definitely need to. Okay, but first, before we go into anything and start building a habitat for new animals or going to fix those buildings that we already have here, we look at our animals and try to find out if we can find any of the wombats. So let's have a look. What do we have here? Okay. Yeah. Prices for these animals are somewhere else, so I think technically we could definitely buy some, even this female here, because I have a lot of conservation credits from previous games. But I'm thinking of, first of all, getting back into the building. We just do some work on the building here to make it look a little bit nicer. Hope that we are making money in the meantime, so that we can actually afford the wombats. I'm trying not to get too crazy with the building, but getting some things done. So first of all, I think we need to have a door for our toilet. So let me see what we can do. No, this is too much over the top. Trying to keep things simple but classy. Yeah, just go for that one here. This will be okay. Down a little bit right here, and some signage as well, so that our visitors know that there's a toilet in here. So just put it right here. Okay, so we have to do stuff for our exhibits here as well. So let's get into that and look for some beams, I would say. What's wrong? Why can't I find anything? Okay. So let's get into this. As I said, we are not trying to get too crazy with that stuff, just to make it look nice. And also want to show you guys that even in franchise you actually can build nice stuff. Everybody is always saying, you can't go too much into detail in franchise because you don't have that much money, and you have to be careful. Yes, you definitely have to be careful, and you need to check on your finances from time to time. But you can go a little bit crazy when the zoo is running. So this will here, another one right here. So perfect. I think I'm okay with it. I'm nice. So we just copy this one and put it also over this right here. We have to go into the settings because I don't want to have nighttime in my zoo. So I think we're gonna have it open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. That would be enough. So that we don't have to worry too much about lights and stuff. Okay, some trash bins around here, because I already can see we have a little bit of a problem with our guests being way too messy. Also trying to... no, that doesn't really make sense. Some benches right there. Want to have some benches here in the middle. Okay, so we are going to finish these buildings now. I want to have some kind of a glass wall on top of it. It's a little bit difficult for me to talk to you in English and use all the building stuff in German language. So I'm talking to you about some stuff and I'm doing something different. Yeah, or typing in something different. So, okay. Just putting some windows in top of it, on top of it. And all the way around. Yeah, that is something that you usually don't see me doing, because usually when I start building stuff, I'm using the non-grid pieces. So building with those grid pieces for me is, yeah, quite something new. It's not difficult, that would be wrong if I say it is difficult. But yeah, it's something new for me. Let's keep it that way. Okay, so you guys, in the last video I asked you to tell me which animal we are going to put in the zoo after we build a habitat for the wombat. So I'm looking forward to the next episode where we will find actually out what it's going to be. Okay, so I'm thinking of having a flat roof. But as you know me, I wanted to overlap. Just a little bit. Yeah. I think that does look okay. We also are going to have some kind of a roof for the path where our visitors are entering the zoo. So for this area here. But I think we are going to do that time by time when our finances allow us to do a little bit more than just the stuff that is actually needed to be done. So we're not going into heavy decoration right now, but yeah, from time to time, maybe we will have a live stream from now and then. Just let me know in the comment section what you think about that, if you actually watch a live stream where we are doing some decorational stuff, some chit-chatting and stuff around here in Lamington Zoo. And I will be happy to do so, and also let me know what time would be best for you. Is it better on the weekend or weekdays, and yeah, all the information that I might. So, okay, we've done the basic stuff for our entrance right here. So we're going to have some kind of decoration in here with some flowers and trees and stuff like that. Maybe we are going to do something like that when we have time in the end of the video. But this time around, I think we are going to put one tree in the middle. That is something that I really want to do. Okay, so let's see if it would make sense. Yeah, we're doing it like that. First of all, just forgot veterinary. Oh, we are done with research for our scorpions. Scorpions were on this side, so let's make those little guys happy. Let's give them a rock and a tree. No, one more tree. And something to hide away. Yeah. And those guys should be at 100%. Perfect. Okay, so let's get in the middle of here and let's plant a tree. Yeah, I want to do this with the building pieces. But what I usually wanted to do was getting into research. We have to do the research for the conservation pack, for the European pack, and also for the Twilight pack. So what I want to have right now is the Euro pack. We definitely need that. Yeah, there you can see how long I haven't played franchise mode, so at least something about a year or so. That also means that we don't have the wall pieces yet that I usually wanted to use here, but that doesn't matter. We are using these ones right here. And we'll try to move this to the center, sink it a little bit in the ground. So, like this. Yeah, that would be great. And then we are going to put in some mulch. Just deselect these right here quick. Putting in large pieces. Always having a slight look at our finances, but doing fine. We are making profit right now, and we want to keep it that way. So, and as we do have an Australian zoo, I want to have one of the rainbow eucalyptus trees in, because I really do like those trees. I think we're not going too crazy. We might have this one here, and we also might have a little bit of shrubbery around it. So let's get into filter and check for oceanic pieces. Maybe we need something nice. Yeah, this is great. This is great. Station. Okay, this is cool. So some flowers or stuff. Maybe I have any kind of flowers in here. No flowers in Australia, so we might go with a little bit of that grass. Put it around here. That's underwater stuff. We need that. Oh, we have those lilies. Yeah, just use those lilies then. Put them around everywhere here in between. And I think we are good to go. Well, so the whole area looks a little bit nicer already. Okay, been there, done that, and I think now we could go into building our first habitat. I tried to make these episodes no longer than about 15 minutes, because 15 minutes, 30 minutes. Yeah, just because I think that is an appropriate time or a comfortable time for you to watch these videos. Let's see. We want to build a wall with non-grid pieces. Actually, I'm very sorry, or very sad that we don't have researched the bricks already. But I think we might go this one right here. Yeah, just do it with this one. And I'm building it like I'm usually building the stuff like this. So let's go for some wooden planks. Oh, we have Australian. Might be fine. Some angle. This is always the same problem. If you forget to remove that check mark from the rotation mode, then you have a little problem. So we're going with this, and then we are looking for a fence, and I exactly know what I want to have. I want to have this one, just like that, and we also want to have again mulch. Two-meter one. Right before this. Yeah, that's great. And also want to add that piece around here. That is also one of my favorite pieces. I use it quite a lot. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. So, put them all together into a building. And so select and try to make various for our first habitat. Once again, we have to check our finances from now and then. Okay, this doesn't work the way I wanted it, as it doesn't align. That is no problem. We're doing just piece by piece. Wombat doesn't need to have it yet. I guess 2 more of those pieces. So this is going to be the viewing area for our visitors. Then we are going to build a house for those little animals. And I think I want to build the house right, so that we have something like a viewing point where our visitors might actually be able to pet the animals. Just one more. This might be enough. And we're just going for this. So around. Yeah, we don't need this building be too big, because as I said before, wombats are small animals. They don't need that much indoor space, I guess. So this size might be totally fine. Okay, so just connect this whole thing. Building once again, so that we don't have any problems to move it. That side. So then we have to copy all of this, put it here, top. Then we need some glass pieces. Okay, so that is a problem because of research that we not have already for the European pack. We need those pieces that we have the one-sided glass. That is not good, but yeah, we have to deal with it right now. Sorry. Just right. This here. Yeah, this will definitely work. Okay, so we have this little building for our wombats. Guys, really? You put your trash on the table when the trash bin is right here? That is messy as hell. Come on. Okay, I think this is... oh, this is messy. Yeah. See, come on. This. Oh, come on, guys. Okay. Just get back into this. Doing this differently. Okay. Well, I think this video might take a little bit longer as I usually wanted it to be, but yeah. I also do want stuff that I build in here to yeah, to actually make sense and not looking messy. Okay, so we are going to make all of this short grass because yeah, because of this I don't like the long grass in the game at all, and I use it never. Yeah, in the meantime, while we hope that research will be done, we are going to work on our backdrop. And we are going to stir how much are they? 20 plus 1 of. Okay, never mind. I want to use these, so I will use these. We're going to build some kind of a backdrop with those faux rock trees. And for that, we're going to build something like a wall out of these. So, to take that, just that in between. Everything is looking nice and sexy. Yeah, just like that. That's exactly what I wanted it to be. Okay, so once again, put them all into the building. And then let's do some backdrop, I think. This is going to be enough space for the animals. This doesn't work. Okay. Copy. Sink it a little around. Making sure that we have some kind of height variation. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm happy with this. What we need to have is some height elevation within the actual habitat, because that is something that I always want to have to make it look a little bit more interesting. As I said, that is something that I always do for all of the people of you that don't know me yet, and also for the people who know me. You know that I'm doing this all of the time, and yeah. Smooth things out a little bit. And the next important step is you always want to color your elevations so that they actually look like elevations. Hopefully I don't have to make too much changes on this, because I know we are working in franchise, and usually when I build in sandbox, animals are not that important, so you can go crazy with all the stuff that you build inside of a habitat. You don't have to look at plants or stuff like that. But we have to do all of this in franchise mode. So yeah, we will see how this is going to work out. Just trying to put some of this around here as well. A little bit lower. Close the habitat up on that side. Yeah, that looks pretty cool, I think. Okay, so then are we going to do this here on that side as well? No, I don't think so. We're going into barriers, and I want to use some in-game barrier. And I'm thinking about the mesh fence, and I want to put it here. Yeah, that's cool. Let's make it connect with this here. And then the rest of it is going to be a no barrier around everywhere else. Because those faux rock pieces will work perfectly as a barrier. Okay, search is done for our European building pieces. That is perfect timing. Because we will need that exactly right now. So that we can finish actual house for the animals. So we have to place a keeper's gate. We're going to place it right here. And a stuff path. Yep, it's going to be here. So we're going to go back into this building. Yeah, first of all we have to search. Yeah, research is done. So we should be fine right now, and we should be able to have those one-sided glass pieces that I was looking for. Yeah, perfect. Here they are. Okay, get into the building and select the position. Get into in. Select glass piece. We're going for the next. So one here. Another one right there for the middle. Going to this right here. I'm gonna leave it like that, I think. So we just have to put a roof above it. can pieces in here, and I think we're going to use the same roof that we have for the entrance building, so that we have something like a connection for that. And I also do. Yeah, that looks good and that makes sense, I think. Let me see if I'm happy with it. Yeah, I think we absolutely can live with that. Can make it a little bit prettier, I guess, by placing these right here. Oh, and we do have the actual this is from the European DLC, so we're going back into that. Yeah, that is exactly what I'm looking for. That is exactly what I'm looking for. So we're going to have some of these in there. Oh, no sea fighting. Yeah, and we are fine. That's great. Okay, so what do we have to do next? Eat some education for our visitors. I think I'm going to place one right here. Do we need to have another one right here? Yeah, I think so. I think so. So let's have educational speaker. I'm going to sit right. We have to get into that. We have the animals in there. Yeah. Work zone. Work zone. We are going to add that work zone. We have to give our habitat a name. That's wombat. And then we have to go to purchase our animals. So let's see what we have. This one is gold, but it's affordable, but it's also old. Don't want any old ones. So we are going for the guys. This one is the cheapest. It's going not to get very old, but he is fertile. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to do, and we. What is the cheapest female? Yes, it is this one here. Yeah, so I think we're going for this one. We don't have that much money anymore, but I hope it all will work out fine in the end. And yeah, let's see. Already had some research to wait on the animals to arrive. What is the problem? Okay, we don't have security. It's okay. Have not that much money. Yeah, that will change in a minute. I hope so. So first of all, traversable area. He's not able to leave the house. Great. Oh my goodness. So we can move this. Are you now able to move it? Yeah, now he is. It's not great. That's not great. Doesn't look perfect, but we can work with that. This is something that you might see in reality as well. Okay, so let's see. They are at 66%. Shelter is enough. They have too much short grass and not enough long grass. I love it. Okay, let's give them some long grass. Here. Here. So they have too much rock. Okay, so going in long grass right here. We're going in. It's right there. Oh, guys, can you just be happy? Okay, so this is perfect. So we need some trees. Grassland. Okay, let's see what we can do. Oh, this tree is nice. This tree is nice. Oh, I want this one. I want this one, and I want it right here, and you will see why. So, some smaller ones in the background. Let's go here. And we need some vegetation. First on that. Okay, so we need energy. Energy. So, okay. I think, guys, as we are already in here for 42 minutes, I don't want to be the video too long. We're just giving the animals what they need for food and stuff. Just look at the wombat. So, this you already have enrichment for the animals. This well. These boxes, water. Maybe this on the back side. Yeah, just put it here. Just put it here and everything's fine. Okay, so we have animal enrichment, and why I wanted to have this tree exactly for that reason. Because I want to have that burrow go right there. Not right here. Right here. Yeah, I think I like it like this. Okay, guys, I'll leave it at that. I think our animals are happy. Let's have a look at them. Are you happy, little guys? Yeah, 98%. That's not that bad. So I think we can leave it at this. And yeah, in the next episode we are going to build another habitat for the next animal, I think. Or we are going to have something, yeah, like decoration and stuff like that and finish this up. I just don't know. We will see. I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. I hope you guys, yeah, will watch again in the next episode that is coming out next week, same day, always Tuesdays. And yeah, if you liked it, just leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and tune in next Tuesday when we continue to build in our beautiful Lamington Zoo in Australia. So, bye guys!